Sports fans, what's going on? Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS talking about this week's Scottish Open for the PGA Golf. It's actually the DP World Tour, but 14 of the top 15 golfers in the world will be present this weekend, heading into next week's major, the Open Championship. This is a nice practice round for these guys to get kind of familiar with playing overseas, playing links golf. Though this course isn't necessarily 100% links, it's great practice. And we've seen this will be the fifth time it will be played out here at the Renaissance Club in Scotland. Absolutely beautiful course. If you get the chance, I will post a link to another YouTube video with the flyover of this course. Absolutely awesome. It mixes in the coastal game with the wind, links, and also has a decent amount of trees and, of course, the bunkers from hell. I would never be able to play out there. I can't hit out of the bunker to save my life. Never have, never probably will be. But if you can't out there, Max Homa, shout out to my guy. I will have him missing the cut this week and maybe next week as well. As well as he's been hitting the ball. He struggles out of bunkers, out of the sand, and around the green. And out here, European-style golf, you've got to be able to play around the green. So this one here, we'll get into a little bit of a course breakdown. Won't be the locks of the week. This is more of a preview, and we will later in the week we'll have a locks video with everything that we are looking at. But let's get on into it. Scottish Open, 5-1 over the last 6 tournaments for Ghost Picks Patrick in the golf spectrum. 2 weeks ago, we came down to Kevin Kisner down the stretch. We were very close to having a monster weekend. Instead, our guys shit the bed on Sunday, and we lose for the first time in about a month. Come out last weekend this past weekend and crush it. Cam Davis and Maverick McNeely leading the way out there, but with long shots. Every single one of them, we were over 50% on long shot picks of the week, and those picks are all plus 250 or higher. We had Emiliano Grillo, who finished in second, Mark Hubbard, who finished 13th, Chesson Hadley, who finished 9th. So all these guys who we had as long shots actually finished in the top 10. So it wasn't even a great sweat, and that is what we're looking for again. Long shots have been great. Those guys at the top have been very, very, very close. So let's keep it rolling. What do we say? Scottish Open. Links, I think bunker play is very important. There's a couple spots on this golf course where the ball's going to bounce one way or another, and you can't control it. You'll hit a ball dead perfect off the fairway, and it'll bounce left or right, maybe into some fescue. It could be there's a couple bunkers on this course that are just dead center in the fairway. It's Scotland. It's Scottish Open. They do this kind of shit just to mess with you. You could hit a perfect drive dead down the center of the fairway and end up in a bunker that's, almost 10 feet tall in the middle of the fairway. You got to hit it sideways to get out. It's a nightmare. So you got to be mentally tough out here, but at the same time, it is very scoreable. We've seen some people attack this course and put up some numbers. If the wind is not blowing, which is how it typically is on links courses, the wind is the biggest equalizer. If the wind is kicking off the water, then these guys could be struggling big time. So that's a major factor. That'll be probably the number one thing I look at is wind play along with around the green, and you just got to be able to score. You see a guy like Lucas Herbert out here, and that's one that pops. He's got 2 fourth-place finishes out here at the Renaissance Club. My man can't drive the ball straight for shit, but he bombs it out there, and he's one of the cleanest around the green players. So, this is one of those weeks where approach is usually the most important thing. Last week it wasn't necessarily as important, and I don't think it will be this week either. If you're able to just bomb the ball and you have a solid short game and you're able to clean up some putts and whatnot, those are the guys I would think boom or bust, and we'll be looking for them in my top 10 this week. Guys like, Maverick McNeely, who was my guy last week in a similar area. If you can dominate off the tee and kind of clean up with that short game, you're in a good position. Maverick McNeely did come out with the top 10 plus 350 and top 20 plus 150 for us last week. And we'll look for another one of them long shots out here. Somebody that I like, Cameron Smith is kind of one of those that comes to mind, very loose off the tee. And that's what I was saying. If you're dead straight off the tee, obviously you're going to be in a better position the majority of times. But here, you can clean up your game, even though Cameron Smith is one of the nastiest with the approach. These kind of courses, I feel like the Aussies. I love all the foreigners really coming out here these next 2 weeks. But then again, we see these guys, Scheffler, Justin Thomas, Xander, the guys that are at the top of their game. Last year, those Americans all strive. They crushed it out here. I think they finished top 15, all of them across the board. Thomas 8th, Scheffler 12th, Xander 10th. Sure, the field was pretty weak, but the top of the guys here, it's really boom or bust. You can score. So let's see, with 14 of the top 15 players in the world, there's going to be some numbers out there to be had. With that being said, you got to have an all-around game. So we're kind of eliminating all the guys that don't have that short game. If you don't have the short game out here, it's tough. With the bunkers the way they are, I think it's on hole 17 out here, you pretty much have to hit the ball sideways if you get stuck in a bunker. So where approach does come into play to obviously avoid those bunkers, you got to be able to deal with some shit. Some shit's going to happen. You're going to get some bad bounces, uneven lies. So leaning towards some Wake Forest guys as well, even though they're not made for the muck. Actually, a guy that's popping right here off my list, Cameron Young, with a miscut at his last time out. This guy is going to absolutely bomb the ball down the course. His weakest play are his irons, but short game has been one of his biggest strengths when it's clicking. So Cameron Young is a guy I'm looking for out here. Missed the cut last time out, but before that, 3 top 5 finishes in his last 4. So that's a guy on my radar there. And if I'm looking for an early week bomb, I'm going to go ahead and go for a guy like Cameron Young. The guys who have won out here, sure, they haven't been the strongest fields, but they haven't been the strongest names. Aaron Rye, Alex Noren won out. Actually, that was the Scottish Open prior to his name, but Wiesberger actually set the course record. Brandon Stone, Luke Liss was at the top the first year out here. So some odd names will pop up. There's no doubt about that, and it's just whether or not you catch the heater this week, you're able to make some putts. So while I do think there is value on some top 20s at some of these guys at the top, I'm looking more so to win with some of these boom or bust guys, as I like to. You never know when you're going to catch fire, and unless you're at a course where you're playing maybe 10 under, 9 under, 8 under, where the cream of the crop rises to the top, I will be looking for some longer shots here this week. With that being said, Lucas Herbert, top 20. I think I'm going to leave you off with that one. He's been playing pretty decent golf, pretty hit or miss for the most part, but his short game around here fits this course to a T. He's made the cut all 3 times out here, and he's not in the best form, but coming off a 9th place finish last week, I think that he's in a good enough form. And he is one of the best scorers on tour. By scorers, I mean just putting the ball in the hole. If it's around the green, he gets up and down at a phenomenal percentage. He has all the shots in the world. And give me the Aussie. All the Aussies will be on my card this week, more than likely. Good luck. God bless. Grind on. Thank you for tuning in. There will be the locks of the week. I'll keep it rolling. Moff and I, it's my fault because I can't do it live. The live stuff just has not been working. So we're maybe going to do that offline, pre-record it just like I am here, and then upload it here hopefully before Wednesday. But we will definitely have one out for the Open Championship here in 2 weeks, along with a player pool. So that to look forward to. MLB Play of the Day, if you're into it, go check out the other video. And good luck. God bless. Grind on. Peace and blessings, and we'll catch you back here tomorrow. Let's keep it rolling, baby. I'm out of here. Have a great 4th of July. Can't express that enough, even though we're at the Scottish Open. Gotta love America, baby. Peace out.